fuck it then. Hello to all my witches, warlocks, and wanderers. I am KibbyRose. I am here to cover some of your horoscopy stuff, some witchy things, and current pop culture events where I make my little witchy predictions. It's the day after Thanksgiving. Most people are shopping on Black Friday. You guys might hear some noise in the background because in my family, we don't shop on Black Friday. We decorate. So my mother will be getting all of our stuff out because we have the downstairs spare room as our storage. So bear with me if you hear noise or an echo or anything else, because we're getting into the mood for the Yule festivity season, just like everybody else. But I'm here to maybe distract you a little bit for your Black Friday. So let me roll the intro and we can get into it. It also helps if you click the right button, like don't press the closer instead of the opener, you know, those things. So quick updates, just a quick few little updates before we get into our normal spiel. I am doing sprints today because I've already spent some of the morning working on my book. But the first announcement I want to make is I'm no longer going to be posting talking points videos. For those of you that used to go back and watch those videos, if you've noticed, they are gone now. I was having some issues with things going on with those videos, and I just found that I was wasting so much time dealing with those videos, trying to edit them, and then YouTube fighting me on them, and then them not getting the watch count or the view count that I was hoping for. Will you close that door for me, please, so there's not an echo? Thank you so much.
I'm going to be in and out.
That's okay. Just at least leave it cracked a little bit because the echo coming from that room is bad. Thank you. Okay, so what we're going to cover here today. Why is there such an echo? I'll have to figure that out for you guys today because I can hear that echo and I'm going to have to figure it out later. What we're going to cover today, that's what it is. I just figured it out. So I used to have a picture hanging on this wall right here. And earlier today, the little cord holding it up snapped. And literally, like I was sitting here working and went like this and caught it. And oh, my poor wrist, because this is my bad wrist. But I think that's why the echo is coming. So I'm going to have to figure out maybe on our next sprint, a little picture that I can put up there to get that echo. Because I believe that picture was absorbing a lot of that echo. So as hard as it is for me, KibbyRose, you're going to have to kind of lower your tone today a little bit. Oh, that's a bad echo. You know what? Since this is my live stream and it is driving me crazy, give me a second, guys, because I got to figure out what I can put here so that's not driving me crazy. Hold up. Hold up. Okay. It doesn't go well. Doesn't exactly match, but this is one of my grandmother's old pieces. It's actually stitched work. You can kind of tell how old it is just by the coloring of it. Total 70s, right? We're going to put that there for now. And that is exactly what it was. All right. So that helps a little bit better with that. I'm going to have to get a noise dampening picture. Y'all didn't know that those existed. Yes, they actually have noise dampening pictures that you can get for movie sets and theater sets where they actually do help absorb the noise. Anyway, so to start over, hi, Cora. Hello, my dear friend. So that was the first announcement is there's not going to be any more talking points videos. So if you want to see me, or if you want to hear what I have to say, you are going to have to either come to the live and say hi or listen to the playback and speed through the 20-minute timers. Okay. Couple things we're going to cover today are, and give me a second because I didn't pull this up because like I said, I was so into working on my book today that this is one thing that I didn't do, is we're going to cover interesting facts if I can find them. There you are. Hi. Welcome to the show, my little one. Okay, so we're going to cover interesting facts about today, or yesterday, the 28th. The 28th? Yeah, the 28th. You know what? Forget the interesting facts, guys, because guess what? My little brain didn't do facts for the 29th. They did it for the 28th. Today is the 29th. And I'm going to skip over that since, I didn't cover it. So, yay. Moving on. I did do some updates on my Book of Shadows because yesterday was Thanksgiving. And even though I was doing work, I got to do even though I didn't live stream and it was a holiday, I still did work because that's the way I am. I have an announcement of something else that's coming. Two things actually that will be coming. Then we're going to cover my weather predictions, a couple of topic events or things that I wanted to cover because law nerd news and Elon Musk news. So if you guys hate Elon Musk, I'm sorry, but I'm kind of excited about recent events that I heard with him. And then I'll be going over your weekend forecast horoscope. So for those of you that are just coming in for the horoscope, come back in an hour or wait until the live stream is posted and you can listen to it at the end, because I am going to cover it at the end because it's a lot easier to cover it at the end. That way I'm not distracted from my book and work and everything else. So one really big announcement that I want to share is I will be posting soon, and I'm going to give Cora permission to post it on her channel as well. Let me make sure that you have the right version first. The Authortube interview with Cora Kathleen over her new book, A Complicated Stormy Night. So look for that coming up on my channel. And then we're also with Cora. You can kind of watch how her and I get along in that video, because that is kind of going to be the vibe and the underlying engagement or back and forth with her and I for our new Law Tea channel. That's going to be Law Tea with Cora and Kibby. And Cora's a lot better with this than I am. So I'm going to cheat real quick. And we're going to go like this because she was wonderful enough to show her channel on her channel when she showed off my channel on her channel when she made the announcement. So now okay, give me a second. So much for trying to be professional. You know what I mean? Just give me my list of come here. Hi. Yes. Thank you. Love you. Okay. So I'm going to share this. If it'll let me, because it's throwing a fit now. There we go. Okay. So this is Cora's channel. Cora's at her corner. She does a bunch of scam baiting videos. And just recently, I highly recommend you going and watching her most recent post, because she does talk about how she herself just got scammed. And she also talks a little bit about her book. But I wanted to give you guys and show you her channel. Here, let's make this bigger. Bam. So that you guys can maybe go give her a like, give her a subscribe, follow her. Here she is. Love her. So her and I will be doing a law react, law tea type thing. And I said this a little bit in my last one, but her and I got to talking in the background for other things. And we realized that we had the same interest in law, and we loved talking about the legal stuff. And then it kind of came across that, like, even though we're both into law, we kind of watch two different sets of cases. And we're going to be discussing and intermingling and kind of covering current news and current topics like the Kohlberger case and the Boone case and the Richardson's case. But we're also going to be throwing in old cases like Chris Benoit. I hope I said it right this time. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and a lot of past cases that we always, because that's what we seem to do, is we're able to talk about current cases and then throw in stuff that we remember from past cases, and it ends up being just this fun roller coaster of a conversation. So look out for that, because the podcast videos are going to be coming on my channel, and then on her channel we're going to be posting the actual videos. Also, for those of you on Facebook, I saw a comment the other day. No, I cannot see your comments during the live streams. The way StreamYard has stuff set up, I can only see comments of those that come on YouTube. Even though it does live stream to Facebook, they still haven't learned how to post comments from both destinations in a way where we can see it. And I just don't have the setup yet, even though I'd love to have multiple screens where I could have one where it has the Facebook post and one that has my StreamYard, so I could work with it. It just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. The next announcement is I finally got permission to go live on TikTok. So I don't know if they changed the rules or if something happened, but suddenly I got a notification this morning that I was granted permission to go live on TikTok. So I was going to go live today, but evidently you have to give them a form of your picture ID and all this stuff. But just know that eventually I will be going live on TikTok. I'm still going to do my regular Wednesday, Thursday streams on YouTube, but on Fridays I'm thinking of going on live on TikTok. So if you want to come hang out with me there, you're welcome to. So those are just a couple quick announcements that I wanted to give. I also to cover current topic events, I'm not going to cover all of them simply because we're going to get into it, but I want to give out a warning. My angels are coming in again about a Christmas storm that is going to be very bad. Okay, so it's kind of funny because they just came in and they went, oh yeah, white winter for everybody. So East Coast storm, they're referencing that we said 12 feet for this lake effect storm that's about to hit or is hitting for most of the East Coast. However, we're grateful to hear that the highest count is going to be 8 feet. So, but however, it's still one of those things where like this kind of storm with that deep of snow, even for the lake effect, is very rare this time of year. So running off of that, my angels were like, yeah, and this is just the precursor. This is literally just the precursor for what's going to happen come January, February of this year. They're referencing that Christmas to the New Year's is going to be the worst weather. And the reason I want to put this out is because we all know the highest number of travels for everybody around the world is during this time. So please, 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 please do as much as you can on research. Watch as many weather channels as you can. I highly suggest Ryan Hall, y'all, Weather on the Go. There's one other one. I have a couple of them linked down or mentioned down below in my information. Go to them, do your research, make sure you're prepared. I'm one of those people, plan for the worst, hope for the best, keep your mind in the middle. And evidently that's going to be one of the arcing topics of conversation when I do the horoscopes later, because that is very much this weekend's energy. Okay, so they are referencing that December through February will be the worst. If you're looking for a slowdown between spring and summer, they're referencing that this year, spring is going to be as short as fall was this year. So be prepared. The summer is also going to be a very hot summer because they're referencing that, yeah, even though during this winter, they are making up for the droughts that were basically ravaging the entire country right now. This summer is going to be a hot summer. It's good news because it's going to be a hot, humid summer for those in drought areas. However, for those of you who know what a hot, humid southern summer is like, prepare yourselves. It's going to be bad. It's going to be heat stroke season. They're referencing that as cold and freezing as they're going to have with that problem in winter, we're going to have that same problem in the summer with heat stroke and everything else. And they're also referencing that they're hoping that people are like, they're hoping that people that run the infrastructures are listening, because this kind of shift from the elements from winter to summer is going to cause problems on our electrical grid, because our systems are not made to withstand that kind of a drastic shift. It's more, they can handle shifts, but not as drastic as it's going to be, as it has been and is going to be. So please, for all of you, be prepared. My angels are referencing the biggest winter. So yes, for most of you that have gotten the lake effect snow, it's like, winter's here. Winter is definitely here. For the rest of us, it's going to happen around the 16th and 17th of December. Okay. And that is going to set the tone for New Year's, because they're referencing that it's just going to be one hit after the other. And normally we deal in threes. They're referencing that this is the year of fours. They're tired of the awkward off-face triangle. We're starting to square things out. So that's kind of a forecast of what's going on with the weather. Yeah, and then my last note is everything will be frozen and then fast warm up to the summer. So as Ryan Hall y'all says it, don't be scared, be prepared. Get everything you need. Get those emergency radios. Make sure you've got stocked up. If you have the space, this is one recommendation that I've been talking about to a couple of people in my community. If you have the space, take an entire room and make it kind of like a bomb shelter. Get everything you would need to survive for like a week and make a room. Because the truth is if the weather gets that cold and you run out of power, harboring into one room that you can close off from everything is going to be your best bet. So just keep that in mind. Most people that I understand do it with the master bedroom, because you have the bathroom there as well. And then it's only one door usually to the rest of the house that you have to close off. And then you have the windows for ventilation just in case. Like I said, don't be scared, be prepared. Get games, I'm not making light of this situation, but I am very proud of how the Ukrainians have been able to figure out ways to stay in hiding and insecurity, but still not get bored. So figure out ways that you're going to be able to entertain yourself, get those old board games out, have your family work on a novel that you all publish together. What an idea. What a concept. Anyway, so with that, since we've only been talking for 20 minutes. See, and this is where it's getting funny, because I'm so used to doing the horoscopes at the beginning that talking for only 20 minutes is like, wow, that's not enough time. So I think I already put this one up, but hey, Cora, just chilling out today. I hope so. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It took me a minute to add your channel to the screen. Well, it took me a minute too. Oh, and this is the stuff behind the scenes that most people don't see. And yeah, and you're very welcome. Also, guys, that's one other thing. Mercury retrograde came in, and Monday was very frustrating and depressing for me. Well, another thing I did is I ended up taking my herbal refreshment out of my wonderful glass piece, and in the process of somehow grabbing the lighter and sitting back, it hit my knee, which hit my lip, which hit my tooth. So I am dealing with a complete split lip on this side. And I don't know if I was screaming in my sleep last night or if I just kept yawning, but somehow I woke up this morning with it even more split. It's killing me. So just know that if I'm talking weird or if you see me doing anything weird on this side, that's why. And I can show it to you guys, but at this point, it's just a scab. But I did well. Just know when Kibby does something like that, when Kibby does things, she doesn't do things small, including busting her lip open. So, and you're very welcome, Cora. Cora, I appreciate you more than anything because truthfully, I've needed somebody to be able to talk about this law stuff with, and it's just perfect for me that somebody I know that also has a channel that doesn't mind talking to the general public would enjoy talking law with me. And on that note, that's a perfect segue to the fact that I can show this. I think I can show this. Come here. Okay, I don't want to show that part. I don't want to show that part. Okay, where can, there we go. Okay. We'll do that. So, no. So I wanted to show this. I just want to make sure there's no information that I don't want you to see. It'll work. Okay, so I think we'll go like that. Actually, we're going to do like this. Screenshot, go like this, go like this. Like this. Done. So leading into that, I am very proud to say that I soon will be receiving my new Law Nerd merch. I got my Law Nerd merch. I am super happy. I'm super stoked. It was a little bit pricier than I expected it to be. But last time I bought 2 shirts, a mug, and something else, and it was around the same price. And I can say that the shirts, I love Emily. I love Emily D. Baker, but I think this is why she went with a whole new team this time. Because even though I loved the shirts, they were a bit thin. And the decals wore off rather quickly. So I would rather pay the same to get a gray and purple sweater that is obviously like you can just tell by the look of the sweater that it's a good quality sweater because it has the whole cut and the fit, and you know, like it's obvious. Like I'm super excited for it because it's one of those things where I was like, you know what, I can't replace the law merch that I lost because I had to leave a very bad situation with 2 suitcases and a backpack in the middle of the night and had to prioritize things. However, I will be able to show my support for Emily D. Baker with my favorite color hoodie, 2 of my favorite colors, gray and purple hoodie. And yeah, and when it ships, I will show it off, or when it arrives, I will show it off. But yeah, so I'll be able to even wear my Law Nerd merch while we're doing Law Tea. So y'all know that, you know, I'm legit. I know my stuff. I listen to Emily D. Baker. She explains all, you know, and because my dad, I love law. It happens. So we're going to jump into a sprint because the whole schmeal of me starting this channel was that I would talk for 20 minutes and then we would work for 20 minutes. Well, I have chit-chatted for 20 minutes. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to plug in a big screen. Because for the chit chat, I plug in my laptop because my laptop died. I need new stuff, guys. I'm just poor. Okay. So let me pull up my book. Then let me pull up the timer. And we can get this thing going. And that's another thing. I rearranged a bunch of stuff this morning because I figured out a way to set up my phone so that when I stream on TikTok, it has the same perspective as if I'm on a YouTube channel. And yeah, it was like literally an hour before I live stream, I decided, let's see if I can set up how to do TikTok. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, welcome to my world. Anyway, so timer is up. So in 3, 2, 1, I will see you in 20 minutes. And don't forget to mute yourself. And that's it. Time's up. 20 minutes. Done with that sprint. So since, hold on a second. Because I don't want to ruffle papers on you. Since I am working on the final edit for my book, I thought I would read a little blurb or a paragraph that I'm rather quite proud of. And let me know what you guys think. Since there's what, I don't know, how many people watching? 3, 4 people watching? The mistress scans the room with her intense eyes, her presence, energy thick and heavy, wrapping the air in a cloak of tension. She descends the steps gracefully, one hand resting comfortably on her hip, the other held aloft, commanding the silence of her room. She glides towards Trinity in a serpentine motion, twisting her wrist and compelling Trinity's body to pivot slowly until they stand face to face. I remain the silent observer, my breath caught in my throat as Trinity swallows her fear, a tempestuous resolve brewing beneath her calm exterior. You. The mistress's voice resonates from all directions, filling your mind with an unsettling echo and reverberating against the empty glass bottles, the same as it reverberates against your soul. Wow. That sounds even better reading it out loud. Anyway. Okay, so that's what I've been working on. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. It's just a short little blurb to give you an idea of what it's about, or like how the writing is going to go in the book. I'm kind of proud of that now that I read it. So moving on, I'm going to show off a little bit again of my Book of Shadows. So for those of you that don't know, since I go back into these videos and I do a progressive continuance of the changes within my book, I am going to actually stand up and show off my book page by page. So I will try to point out what I've changed and what's going to get updated, and we'll go from there. Also, coming soon, I have it already set up to do it today. I'm going to be actually working on the stamp and painting part of the book. So I'm going to be recording that. I also have to modify a sweater because it's a bit big and I need to shrink it down to size. So those are 2 videos that are going to be coming up soon. Look for more craft videos on my channel. Simply because they got a good response. And I said if they got a good response, I would do more like that. And since I have the space, I've kind of set my room up now as just my crafting room with my good camera and lighting. So I'm going to be doing more crafts and doing filmings of that. So that's going to be coming soon. But for right now, we're going to show off the Book of Shadows. It's getting thicker, guys. It's getting thicker and thicker, and it's getting heavier and heavier. So for those of you that don't know, this has been a work in project for probably a year, and it's a never-ending project. But I lost my Book of Shadows when I was homeless in 2019, when all my stuff was stolen, including my Book of Shadows. And it wasn't until this year that I actually felt the want and need and drive to actually redo it. So this is what I've been redoing. And we have it upside down. So here's the cover. Page 1. Page 2. These are pretty much the same. Page 3. Page 4. Now what we did on page 4, if you notice these are taped down now, I actually did finish all of the spells that go inside each of these envelopes. So I have all those now. So that is one thing I finished. And for those of you that asked, the table of contents will not be done until the book is done, by the way. So this page will actually remain blank until I actually complete the whole book. So for these pages, just look for the little things that have changed, any new stickers that have been added, any decor. For this page, we've changed out what this is. This is now, for those of you that can't see it, this is an old school postcard from way back in the day, and I absolutely loved it. So I don't know if a spell will go on that. I just honestly love that postcard. All right, and then we've got more here. And I'm even going to have to go back and see what I've added and what I didn't add, or what's new. I know this is all new for you guys. And this is new. The majority of this is new because I finally finished up these pages. And this is, I finally put something inside there. So now that I have that to open up, and this has two little pieces in there as well that come out. So go back in. Thank you. So there's that. All right. And I know that this is new. And then these stickers down here are new. And then I completed the quick spells. This I believe I did last time is when I completed that. I was able to add to this one. And definitely to this one. And now I've got all my conjunctions along with my zodiacs, my retrograde meanings all together. And then I've done more work here. This is going to be my, didn't I just say that I was looking up not spells? So there's that. And here's more for that. More of the sleep spells, self-empowering, and then my unicorns. And then a couple of blank pages. And then these are just getting into ones that are getting prepped to have pages added to them. So these are going to become, this is how we start those overall pages and build them up. And then I added more to my dragons page. And then again, whoop. And then again, that wrist is starting to fight with me. But I have my Ouija board, and I love it. I did it on purpose like that so I could actually, because even in sticker form, they can attract bad energies. So I keep it locked up. So I do technically have a Ouija board, but it stays locked up. And then we have in here, I actually added, so you can see, and this is from, if you guys watched the WitchCasket unboxing, this is actually the instructions for that. So I took the box, and this is what I mean by I take the stuff from the WitchCaskets and I add them to my box. So this was from this recent WitchCasket that we just did. And so is that little additive in there. Okay. And along with this spell. So those were added. And then we have more work that we did here. We have the richest braid and the binding spell. And then I have more of my spells. These are kind of my go-to spells that I found online. And I was just like, yep, it's kind of funny. You can type in spells that you already have, and they'll pull up pages for you that are already made out of them. So then here's just more base start pages, and we're going to flip to the back of the book. All right, so here's this. And I definitely added a little bit more to this. And I just did some of the Mod Podging last night. So the pages, you might hear the pages crackle like that because, yeah, we just did some final work last night on these. So there's that. We've got our Kraken and our Siren, so all of our water people. And then we've got more of our elements and our herby stuff. And then these, again, are just prep pages that we're working on. And I think that is about it. And yeah, I just have some pages that have these little things on them because we will be adding to them. But, oh, there's another page that's just, but yeah. So that is, so far, the update on the Book of Shadows. That's getting really heavy to start to hold after some time. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some more artwork on it. And posting on it. So for those of you that are interested, keep an eye out for the video that will be coming of me actually working on that. All right. So going into, you know, things of like keeping your word and keeping your promises and doing what you say you're going to do. I'm going to bleed into just a little rant before we break into this next writing sprint, because I need to get this off my chest, because I have bragged about dance moms on my channel. I don't know how many times. Okay. I loved dance moms. I still do love dance moms. However, this little rant is more along the lines of, for those of you who know, at the beginning of this month, I was talking about how I was now a Patreon member for both Back to the Bar and Ask Dance Moms. Well, I regret to inform you that I have, in less than a month, canceled both my Patreons. Why? Why, you ask? Well, here's why. First of all, in less than a month of being a Patreon, Dear Dance Moms decided, for reasons beyond anybody's control, I guess, have decided to not have it the way that they were doing it before. Holly has decided to leave the podcast. I was very, very, very disappointed about this, because one of the main reasons that I listened to their podcast was because there was a side. There was a representation, it seemed, of every side. Holly was kind of the voice of reason. There was a lot of times that Holly would chime in and I'd be like, girls, that. So for Holly to leave, I feel like I joined to watch Patreon because I thought I was going to get all 4 dance moms listen, you know, and be able to watch them. The only reason I joined Patreon was for the video. So now I'm going back to listening to the podcast because I'm not going to support people that decide to make drastic changes like without, and here's the thing, like if they had announced that, oh, by the way, Holly might be leaving at the end of the month, I probably would have stayed. But because this was literally like, oh, by the way, Holly's leaving, I feel like it's false advertising. It's not what I signed up for. So I canceled my subscription. And then I ended up canceling my subscription with Back to the Bar as well, because they kept, when I went onto Patreon from listening to the podcasts, they kept advertising on the podcast that you'd be able to access extra stuff, you know, extra videos, you know, the after show, special quips. Well, it comes to find out that the only way that you can access any of that is by their top tier. And the only way that you can get any acknowledgments, because here's another thing, they used to shout out all of their Patreon members before every podcast. Evidently, it's only those of the toppest tier. I have no problem if you want to do that. You go for it, get your bag. However, false advertising. Don't tell me that all I have to do is sign up for the Patreon membership and I'll get all these additives. Explain to me that there's different tier levels and that if you sign up for the base, you'll get to see us. You'll see our videos. If you sign up for the 3rd level, you'll get this. If you sign up for the 4th level, you'll get this. The way they advertised it was literally like, all you have to do is join Patreon and you get all this stuff. You get into our inner circle and you get to be, you know, exclusive. It's not that way. And I don't support companies that falsely advertise. So I had to give my little rant because not only that, but they've also put their podcasts on pause so that you can go ahead and subscribe to this whole other podcast so that you can watch them during the holidays. All this screamed to me was, cash grab, we need money for the holidays, so everybody spend money on this other podcast, because what you're spending your money on, that podcast, we're going to put on pause so that you all can give us a cash grab so that we have an extra flush of money for the holidays. Not going to support it. No, not with this economy, not with everything else. And a third thing was, I have no problem with politics. I am friends with people who have different political views. However, when you go out of your way to literally avoid people whose political views you don't agree with, and it's obvious, like clearly obvious by the people's questions that you answer and what side they support, that it is a very one-sided conversation. And so I just decided for myself that I was going to go ahead and back out. Truthfully, at this point, watching all the dance moms and everything's going on, the only person I really support right now is Chloe. The girl she is living life on her own. She is being independent. She's not rushing to get married. She's not, well, okay, Paige too. I have to say, I'm proud of Paige as well, but Paige is a little bit younger. But it just, I don't know. There's something about the other, like the top 4 or OG girls. It just seems to me that there's, I don't know. There's just some stuff going on where, yeah, I have to correct that statement because Nia is definitely being more independent. Kendall is still wanting the limelight, but not so much so. She's finishing her education. I'm proud of her. I won't judge. I actually won't form an opinion of Kendall until she's out of college. I don't think it's fair. Chloe has moved coast to coast and is doing absolutely phenomenal, doing her writing and making her way. And then Paige got her own place in LA next to her sister. Like I don't know. There's just something going on where I feel like Chloe is the only one that I can actually really feel like she's doing her own thing. I feel like everyone else is still clinging to each other in a way where they're not independent of themselves. I don't know. I don't know exactly how I want to explain this, but I just want to put it out there that if you no longer hear me talk about dance moms or dance moms questions or bragging about their Patreon or anything else, that's why. I have chosen to go ahead and step away and not support people that choose to falsely advertise and push out cash grabs in an economy where people are barely able to buy eggs. And the media has to falsely represent how much we're spending on Thanksgiving meals in order to gaslight us all into believing that our economy is better than it is. So on that note, we're going to jump into a sprint because, yeah, that's all I wanted to say on that. So, Chloe, I'm still following all of the dance moms, but to tell you the truth, the only person that I'm really putting my energy towards is Chloe. And Brooke. Well, Brooke, Paige, Nia, like the moms, I'm kind of done with the moms, unfortunately. I guess that's what I'm trying to say is like, I'm done with the moms. I'm done with their quick cash grabs and everything else. So... all right, so 20 minutes on the clock. Oh, we got to reset the timer. 20 minutes on the clock. All right, so I will see you guys in 20 minutes. 3, 2, 1, and don't forget. And time's up. Time's up. Time's up for all of y'all. That was 20 minutes. I did amazing on that sprint. I even got to a point where I have realized that I have to stop with my book because, yeah, we're going to have to use Grammarly on a little bit more parts because, yeah, we need to. But since we are at the end of our stream, we're going to go ahead and dive into our horoscope forecast for this weekend. For any of you interested, this is kind of an overview for your Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The energies are very interesting this weekend. And as I was going into this, I just wanted to mention this because I thought this was coincidental. I looked at the clock as I was just like, am I going to do horoscopes next? And I saw it's 2:22 my time. And if you look up the spiritual meaning of 222, it means trust that everything is working out exactly as it's supposed to with divine blessings for everyone involved. So I'm like, you know what? That's a pretty good sign to go ahead and do these horoscopes right now, don't you think? So for Friday, for today, if you all haven't felt it, we have a strong Mercury-Mars conjunction. And you can see it in the way that I'm talking, which is causing a very rushing or get it done type energy. So if you've had that impulse, and I'm eager to see how Black Friday, because with this kind of energy happening on a Black Friday, when everybody usually goes out shopping to find deals, like this is going to be one of those Black Fridays that might actually be a good financial Black Friday. That's my forecast anyway. I think the numbers, because of this energy after this Black Friday, even though we're in a tight economy, are still going to be good because people are in that get it done type energy. And for parents, get it done means buy the presents now. Don't wait any longer. Okay. So tomorrow, the other thing is we have a new moon coming in tomorrow, which means that today is a finalization of all those energies because tomorrow we start anew. Tomorrow is good for new beginnings, fresh starts, rejuvenations, renewals. So it's completely understandable why even today my mom is going through this, and this is actually normal for us, but this is perfectly in line behavior energies for our family because we don't shop on Black Friday. 9 out of 10, we already have the presents purchased, wrapped, and hidden. What we do is we decorate on Black Friday. So my mom has been busy pulling out all the bins. You saw me popping off during that last sprint because she is 74 and her back and her knees are not what they used to be. So carrying bins upstairs is not something she does anymore. So that's why I'm here and that's what I help with. Hence, that is the whole reason I moved back here in January of last year. So, or one of the reasons anyway. So just be mindful that today is going to feel very much like we need to get stuff done and complete everything because for some reason tomorrow we need to start fresh. Well, there you go. That's why. Okay. So just know that this over arc of energies pretty much is slow down. First of all, slow down to speed up. Okay. Sometimes by making yourself go a little bit slower and pacing yourself, you don't trip yourself up and you don't end up having to go back and fix any mistakes that happened. So the word of advice today and going into tomorrow is slow down. And this is kind of over the whole weekend. Slow down to speed up. If you feel like you need to get something done, actually slow down to get it done. And you might find that you get it done faster. Okay. The next thing is keep a middle mind. My other motto is hope for the best, plan for the worst, keep your mind in the middle. Okay. Control what you can, let go of what you can't, and don't stress on the stuff that's out of your control. That is very much going to be the energies of this weekend. And that's the overarch. Okay. Now we're going to get into individual signs. I need to know how we start this. So Aries, to all my Aries out there, who is also my grandfather. Today was a very introspective gut instinct type of morning. You were able to navigate your emotions or navigate situations and problem solve with the greatest of ease. However, they are referencing that with this type of energies, you can tend to neglect your own emotions. So be careful that you are mindful that you of your own feelings and sensitivities during this time. Just because you're making that decision doesn't mean you need to beat yourself up over it, or you don't need to beat yourself up before making that decision. These energies can bleed into communication problems come the weekend. So it's one of those things, again, where slow down if you need to communicate with somebody, because by rushing through the conversation, they might actually misinterpret what you're trying to say. And especially with Aries being as fiery as they can be, being misinterpreted by their communications is common. Does that make sense? Basically, people misunderstand you all the time. Okay. And there's going to be high energies this weekend for people misunderstanding you. Okay. Building into Saturday, you're going to have excess energies that you're going to want to preoccupy yourself with, okay? With heightened energies of the new moon and the shift into Sagittarius, Aries, you guys are not going to be doing that well this weekend, okay? Be sure you self-soothe and self-distract, and it's better to take time to plan out the solutions than to have a quick solution that you make that you inevitably have to backtrack on, okay? So into Sunday, you'll have a more energetic boost to complete tasks and motivation to get things done again. However, don't negate your communications and your emotional standings, okay? That's what Aries are going to have to keep an eye on falling short of this weekend. And other than that, in regards to business, go for it. Make those decisions, finalize those papers, cut up those loose ends. Let's go. You've got the great energy for it, all right? Taurus, it's been frustrating and confusing for you today. And it's completely understandable with Mercury, Mars, and Sagittarius energies. With Mercury and Mars doing their connection and us being in a Sagittarian moon or Sagittarian sun. And hold on, because I think the moon influences you too. So let me check my app real quick. Yeah, because we've got a Scorpio moon. So Taurus, we're dealing with a Sagittarius sun and a Scorpio moon right now. So that is why your emotions seem to be very chaotic and unchecked, okay? You're going to want to continue to pull help from others to increase your stability into the afternoon. Draw on your strength. You know those people that you can draw on for strength. Use them this afternoon. You're going to need them. Make sure you're looking out for the little things that are going on with life to help with your nervous and anxiety energies that come in this afternoon. Tauruses don't usually do too well with new moons. Tauruses like things the same. They don't really necessarily like change all that much. So this new moon of change is going to be a little frustrating for you. Friday's going to be a good night for you to go out and mingle, though. When it comes to the anxiety energies, they're going to be internalized in central focus. So if you need to draw your power and your stability and your strength and your happiness from your community and your friends, you're going to have the right energies Friday into Saturday to do so. They're bringing in again, though, that on Saturday and into Sunday, you're going to want to slow down to speed up. Don't make any quick or rash decisions Friday night that you might regret Saturday morning. Okay? Still be a little bullheaded in your decision making, but allow yourself to lean on others for a little bit of support. Okay, they're referencing that Saturday night into Sunday, keeping yourself occupied with little tasks, meaningless tasks, ones that just busy your mind, is going to be the best solution over the weekend to soothe out these chaotic energies. Okay, more emotionally stable energies come in for you on Saturday and into Monday. So if you have any conversations that you need to have with loved ones about difficult situations, kind of hold off until the beginning of the week. But this also sets you up great for any business endeavors that you might have to take on Monday. Okay, so Taurus, pretty much this weekend, so have a spa weekend. Okay, do a lot of self-soothing. If you're female, I could totally see you filling the whole weekend with like doing your hair, doing the nails, doing the bath, having a glass of wine, then going out with your friends, having a great little cafe, like do the little things that you need to do to self-soothe, self-distract, and maintain, and lean on your friends this weekend. Your energies are not going to be the best for you. Okay. And this is going to, wow, that just came in strong. This is going to be frustrating for a lot of you very business-minded Tauruses because of the fact that you're not going to feel like you're going to be able to get the work done on yourself that you've been wanting to. However, they're referencing that because you've spent so much time in this year focusing on yourself, that turning a little bit of attention to the social relationships is going to benefit you into the new year. Okay. Geminis, the type of energy, like this energy has been on point for you today. Okay. It hasn't been horribly bad, but it hasn't been horribly good. It has just been steady, strong, solid energy this morning. And it's been the type of energies that's been pointing out all of the little things, because it's almost like such a strong energy and such a solid energy that any little ripples in your life are being pointed out. Okay. This is a good energy to work with to get things done. It is highlighting, since all those little things are being highlighted, why don't we take care of them? Sometimes, Geminis, it's hard for you to see the little things because you're so busy bouncing between the two that usually your indecisiveness comes in stronger than anything else. However, today is a pleasant energy to mingle with others, to talk things through, to figure things out and get things done. Deep conversations are going to be the highlight of the weekend for you. Even though you want to have the deep conversations, have the deep, meaningful conversations, but keep them light and airy. And I know that sounds like a contradiction or an oxymoron. However, you can still talk about a very serious situation without bringing in the heavy emotions by staying rational, analytical, and literal. And Geminis, this is going to be a good time for you to kind of practice this ability to be able to be having that serious conversation while still being light and airy. Okay. This will only benefit you. Good energies to obtain different perspectives from different angles, and possibly even discover new endeavors that expand your horizons. This is good energies to do so. Be curious. It's a good curious energy. Be curious. This will only benefit you into the new year because expanding your horizons is kind of what next year is going to be all about for Geminis. Okay. Getting beyond your own personal bubble. Like Geminis spent almost this whole year just literally bouncing in their own bubble. And they're referencing that by next year, Geminis, that bubble's going to be popped for you. And you're going to have to. If you haven't wanted to, you're going to have to. And if you've wanted to, congratulations, you're about to get the energy you've wanted. Okay. Because Friday is the type of energy, the new moon, it's going to be the type of energy where you feel like you're tripping over yourself again. Okay. Stay busy. Do the meaningless tasks. Again, it's kind of same as Taurus. Do the meaningless tasks. Keep yourself busy. Slow down to speed up with the energies in the afternoons, and be careful because the energies coming in Saturday night into Sunday are going to be overwhelming for you. Okay. They're overwhelming to sun. There's one other sign. I think it was Pisces that I have. There's one. Oh no, it's Capricorn. I was going to say there's one other sign where I have that they're going to want to just hide for the whole weekend. Geminis, you're probably going to want to hide on Sunday. Okay. The weekend will be filled with creative type energies, but not the best for communications with new people. So pull out that old craft closet, get that old book that's been sitting on the counter for 20 minutes that still has that part marked in the middle, that unfinished project that's been sitting in the corner for the last 3 months. This weekend is going to be the weekend where you have the energies that you're going to want to pull that out and just kind of stick to your own thing. Okay. Because into Monday into Sunday and into Monday, that social creative energy is going to start peeking its little head, because as we move into the new year, your social sector is going to completely expand, and you're going to see hints of it coming up. Okay. So Cancers, if you haven't gotten in touch with your deep side this morning, I'm going to be shocked, honestly. The kind of communication and energy that came in this morning for Cancers was very self-assessing and very internalized. However, when it came to external things like external communication, you probably had a lot of trouble with that this morning. Probably nobody understood you, took you seriously, couldn't get your point across. There was probably points where you're just like, I'm just going to stop talking. There's no point. I can't. The brain and mouth disconnect is there this morning. Okay. Avoid residing in these negative feelings, because Cancers is already being sensitive as you are. This is going to bring up insecurities of you not being heard, of you feeling like you're being shoved in your shell again. Take time to move through the day by recognizing the negative feelings, but don't reside in them. Don't live in them. Don't fester them. Okay. See what you can learn from them instead, or see if there's ways that you can learn to navigate around or through them. Are there other alternatives that you can come up with other than just driving around and flipping people off and griping about your city? Okay. Because they're referencing that the energies into the evening tonight are going to be restless type energies, and you're going to want to keep yourself from complaining. They're referencing that if you had a frustrating morning, the energy is not going to reside by the afternoon. And if you haven't allowed yourself to expel the negative energy a little bit throughout the day, by the evening, you're going to explode. Okay, so please, 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 please. It's 3:00 on the East Coast or on the West Coast right now, which means it's like 6:00 on the East Coast. If you have not let those energies out by now, please do something to go let them out, because you will explode. Okay. They are referencing, though, that into Saturday, you're going to have a lot of positive and healing energies coming in with the new moon. Cancers, you love new moons. You love being able to dust it off and have a fresh new start. And that's the energy that's coming in this weekend. So use it. That is why they're saying it's so important that you not reside in the negative energies today, because with tomorrow's new moon, you want to be able to dust them right off your shoulders and move on. Okay. All of Saturday, you're going to have the attraction energy of the good kind. So, you know, that conversation you maybe wanted to have today that you miscommunicated in the morning, have it tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be tomorrow afternoon into the evening is going to be better energy for Cancers to have communication. The Mercury and Mars transit is going to cause even more deep restless energy for you before this weekend ends. And with the new moon coming in, it's going to be a heavy type energy where you could either use this to A, suffocate yourself, or B, rejuvenate a conversation with a deeper thought process and more emotion and meaning to it. Okay. Negative energies aren't always negative. You can use negative energies to your advantage if you know which department to work it in. So basically, Cancers, if you need to self-soothe, self-distract, moving into Sunday, it's better to have the conversation on Saturday so that when the energies come in Sunday for you to calm and relax, you won't feel the tension from today. Okay. Remember to bite your tongue when you need to. Okay. Stick to the facts. Don't embellish. A story is a story, and there's a time and a place for it, okay? And not in a serious conversation. And just remember that not all your thoughts have to be spoken words, Cancers, okay? Those are the two big ones that were coming in for Cancers. So be careful, Cancers, this weekend, because you could really end up messing up any good situations that you have going on just because you're not coming off the way that you think you are, okay? My Leos. All right. You kind of had the same thing as Aries this morning, except yours was more aggressive energy. You had more aggressive energy towards the problem solving also and get it done. But this was like more of a, we got to get this done versus a, you know what, guys, we got to get this done. So what they're referencing to Leos is watch the temper. Okay. Watch how you're coming off on others. Make sure you're not burning other people's personalities or whatever, because of the fact that you are who you are and just channeling this energy the way that you like to. One of my clients is a Leo, and there's often times when she can come off very strong and she doesn't even realize it until I point it out. And then she's like, huh. And it's very much something that Leos need to be a little bit more aware of than maybe Aries and Sagittarius is. Okay. So into the only good news is that by this afternoon, you're going to be feeling that energy to want to attend to your own needs. And into tomorrow, you're going to be feeling even more energies to stick to the home and family, and kind of, it's that, as my angels call it, the settle yourself down on a couch type energy. Okay. Cozy up on a couch type energy. Thank you. Pay attention to the details. Don't make any finite decisions going from Friday into Saturday afternoon. Energies and motivations seem to come to a standstill by the evening. And that's simply because the new moon's influence is going to kick in. And with a Sagittarian moon or a Scorpio moon, with that emotion and that energy, yeah, it is literally going to kind of suffocate your little fire. So make sure that you're doing what you need to do, like to basically ground yourself. Take a bath, do some yoga, go for a walk. This is going to be the greatest energies and times to get in touch with yourself again. Okay, to turn yourself inward. You're going, and the reason that you want to do this on Saturday is because going into Sunday, you're going to have very, very aggressive and assertive energies coming in. Okay. They're tense, aggressive, hard energies. Okay. They're referencing that you're going to need to be careful to be assertive and not aggressive. There's a fine line between confidence and cocky. Keep an eye on these energies all weekend because of the fact that you are a fire sign. You don't want people to step into a blue flame on accident, if that makes sense. Mind your P's and Q's. If you need to go punch a wall, go home and do it first. There's another famous saying, save your tears for your pillow. That's going to be your best bet, honestly, Leos, for this weekend. Going into Monday, though, this aggressive, assertive energy is going to start turning its head towards business. If they're referencing that your indecisive inability to make decisions is going to shift on Mondays. So if you are a business person and you have any of those business dealings where you haven't really been able to hammer out the details, you're going to be able to do that Monday, Leos. Okay. And I only add that because Leos, you guys are going to have a rough weekend. So please, 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 please take care of yourself. Okay. Virgos, this morning's energies have just been utterly distracting. I'm going to be amazed if you Virgos have been able to keep your mind on track for things. Okay. If you have, you are definitely used to organized chaos because it has literally been just things flying in from every freaking angle. Okay. They do this often, Virgos. If you wonder why this often happens to you, it's because your sign relates the most to mothers, and mothers are the best at being able to handle multiple things coming in at once. So that is often why you tend to have this kind of energy. It does shift from sign to sign from time to time. So, it just seems to land on you a lot. Okay. Don't try to rein in your thoughts today. Let them flow, let them be scattered, because that's the energies of today. They are literally scattered, random, chaotic thoughts. Okay. Your head is going to bounce between the business, the social, the personal, and you're going to be evaluating and trying to balance out all three, figuring out where it's going to be a continuous thought process of you figuring out where in every area you seem to be lacking. And it's overwhelming. So be careful with this energy because it can turn you into a very sensitive person. If not everything is going that well in your life, you could be internalizing this and beating yourself up, which, this Virgos, could lead to you harming people through your own words. So for your Virgos that are having a hard time, that are feeling all these energies, bite your tongue today. or bide your words. Be careful you're thinking about what you're saying before you're saying it, because you could be stepping on somebody's toes. Not as bad as fire signs do, but Virgos, you tend to take it more personally if you offend somebody, and that's kind of what the angels are trying to avoid for Virgos, is doing anything where in the long run you're going to end up beating yourself for feeling bad over doing something. Okay, into the evening tomorrow. And this is into the evening for Saturday. It's calming and soothing type energy that you're going to want to bring to yourself, because you're going to feel the chaos from the new moon and you assessing everything and everyone. You could be overwhelmed and frustrated with these energies. So take a bath, do some yoga. However, the good news is for those of you that need to get things done, come Sunday, you're going to have very impulsive energy coming in. Okay. And it'll be one of those kind of impulsive energies where even though you are able to see the little details, you're going to be able to do and take care of the little details. However, what they're referencing is don't forget to step back and take a look at the bigger picture. Just because the details are all right in front of you and you think it is what it is, sometimes when you step back and look at the bigger picture, those details change meaning. And that's what they're referencing to be careful with, because they're saying that if you don't do this, you could end up jumping to conclusions and making mistakes that you're going to have to fix in the future. Self-soothing and internalized energies are what are coming on Sunday. The only problem with this is they're referencing that this is not going to prepare you for the week Monday morning that you're going to need to be prepared for. So, if you can get to bed early on Sunday night, I highly suggest it, because they're referencing that you're going to need Virgos are going to need this extra energy for Monday. Okay. So Libras, it's bothering me. Hold on. Little bit of lippy gloss there. A little bit more, because I did a number, man. The scab is like as big as my pinky nail, and it just the little things. Okay. Libras, communication may come a little bit harder today. And this is probably going to frustrate most Libras, because you're looking around, seeing everybody being able to get things done and communicate well. And, they've got the assertive energy, and you're sitting here going, what did you all drink for coffee? Because, hello. So, it almost seems like everything from money matters to personal matters to home matters, and all evolving around finances, seems to be on the forefront for you this morning, which has been causing some insecurities, and I'm referencing, even it doesn't matter how well off you are, Libras, they're referencing that this type of energy coming in this morning, you could be a millionaire and you're still going to be panicking about finances. Okay. Something about this energy and money is just brewing Libras to be very highly concerned about their financial well-beings. Okay. Make a point that even though all this stuff is coming to light, work at your own pace. Libras don't do well under this rushing, intense, get it done type of energy. Libras often feel like they're being pushed from behind. They're trying to say that lean back. If you're a Libra, lean back into these energies. Don't make them push you faster than you want to go. Take your time, do it at your own pace. You are allowed to do so. Just because the universe is ready to rush along doesn't mean that your energies are ready to rush along. Okay. For most Libras, the catch up is going to come later in regards to your karma. For a lot of fire signs and water signs right now, we're doing the catch up. For fire signs, yours is going to come a little bit later. For Libras, yours is going to come a little bit later. This is not the right energy to push Libras along. Libras, and I know this because I've dated A, a full Libra, and B, a Scorpio Libra cusp. Libras are different energies. You are. There is a different, it's almost like you guys are your own unique sign, truthfully. They stuck you guys with air sign because that's probably the closest that you could resemble of your energy. However, that's kind of why you don't really think you fit anywhere. You could kind of drop yourself into any sign and it works. But that's also why energies have such an influence on you. Okay. This is going to continue into the afternoon and into the weekend. Pretty much, I have a lot of detailed notes here for Libras, but I'm just going to put this simply for you. These energies are going to just continuously bring up insecurities, frustrations, aggravations, overthinking, insecurities. Like just this weekend for Libras is a bad weekend. Okay. Do your art, do a spa weekend, go hiking. If you can, if you're one of those people that can leave for a campsite for the weekend, go. Just know that this is going to slow down by the end of Saturday into, or the middle of Sunday into Sunday evening, but you are going to feel insecurities and just an unnatural, like, just overwhelmed for the whole weekend. Your confidence does start coming back to you come Sunday night into Monday, which is great for the business side of things. However, if you don't self-soothe this weekend and you allow these insecurities to eat you alive this weekend, it doesn't matter what energies will come in Monday. You will still be residing in negative energies. Okay. So don't make this, when it comes to Friday, do things at your own pace. Don't make this energy rush you. And when it comes to Saturday and Sunday, self-soothe, self-distract, get your art projects out, spend time with family. If you can and you're in a nice place, go to the beach. If you prefer it, go snowboarding. It's going to be one of those times that, yes, it's kind of good to be selfish for a weekend, Libras. Okay. For Scorpios, boy, have you had a moody morning. Double check that your emotional needs are being met to avoid any of these energies going into the afternoon. If you need to sit down and have a cup of coffee, sit down and have a cup of coffee. If you need to stop work to go take a break, stop work to go take a break. This is not the day to just push through. Okay. They're referencing that you need to try to remember that what you need and what you want may be two different things. However, that doesn't mean to negate yourself to the point where you leave yourself, frustrated with your own emotional standing. Make a point to work at your own pace, but try not to overthink of things. That's kind of, you guys have been kind of watching me do this throughout this live. It's been at a different pace today than it normally would. And that's simply because I too am recognizing what's going on with these energies and abiding accordingly, because the last thing that I wanted to do today, and I could feel it this morning, was finish with my live stream and just be completely frustrated and upset and irritated that the rest of the day would just be like there would be no production to it. Hence the reason why when the whole thing with TikTok didn't work, I just said, screw it. Also is why I decided that when 20 minutes into my live stream, even though we haven't done it that way, I was going to do a sprint. So I'm just giving you guys these personal examples. So when I say these things about for you kind of know what I mean. All right. Into the afternoon, it's a good time to self-distract with new activities. Continue to find comfort in the little things at your disposal, which is exactly what I've been doing. Finding comfort in my book, finding comfort in helping my mom, and in doing this. As I mess all my notes up. I just did it again. No, it is a good time to start new activities, but it's high energies of focus and determination will take you into the evening. Be careful not to be too sensitive is what it was. So it is a good time to self-distract and self-soothe into the evening for Scorpios though. For me, like right now, like getting work done is definitely the name of the game. A slowdown will be coming this weekend for all of us Scorpios, which will bring you back to self. So basically into Saturday, they're referencing that there's going to be a shift of focus internally. A lot of us have been getting work done and getting things on the outside of our inner circle taken care of. The energies with this new moon are going to shift us inward. Good energies to double down and double check all the plans for the new year. It's a good time to see the details and be able to plan for the better. Make those changes that you want to make. It's good creative energies. And with Scorpios, if you apply your creative energies to your plan for the future, different solutions and opportunities all of a sudden pop up and expose themselves. Use this energy to do that. Solidify your ideas with this energies going into the weekend. So basically, spend this whole weekend to solidify and finalize things. This is the time to look for all those little loose ends that need to be tied up. But in Scorpio's case, it's the bigger picture plans. Finish tying up all the loose ends for this year so that when we move into the new year, you don't have any resounding emotions or strings that are going to hold you back to this year. For a lot of Scorpios, you're going to be launching in January, February. So you don't want anything that's going to be like a noose around your neck that pulls you back. Okay. Finalize details. So we got 4 more left. Sagittarius. Take a drink. I think this always happens around Sagittarius where I have to take a drink. All right. For us Sagittarians, or for them Sagittarians. I'm not Sagittarius. So you've had kind of an emotional, moody morning, kind of like Scorpios, but in a different way. Sagittarius is, since you aren't as emotionally based, they have been bubbling under the surface, but it's been more like introspective and reserved observations. So there's a lot of stuff that's been under the surface that Sagittariuses are noticing. Don't dismiss them, but don't overthink them. This is one of those big highlights of hope for the best, plan for the worst, keep your mind in the middle. Okay. Don't acknowledge what is coming up. Pay attention to the feelings, the emotions, the thoughts that are coming up. Address them as need be, and then let them go. Do not sit and dwell on them, Sagittariuses. It's not going to do you any good going into this new moon for the weekend, okay? Because these tense energies with this new moon and that's coming in this afternoon is going to cause you to start harping on yourself. The negative thoughts will brew and will continue, especially with the tense energies that are going to come in. It's best to redirect. Okay. All day Friday, you're going to spend the day acknowledging, assessing, and then moving on. On Saturday, they're referencing it's going to be a better idea to just redirect. If you continue the process of don't torture yourself by spending days and days and days and days assessing, addressing, reassessing, addressing. Take a break, okay, on Saturday, because they're referencing that you're gonna, if in this thought process of things, especially on a weekend, you could end up causing your energies to conflict with others, and you don't want to cause any resounding effects just because you are who you are. Into Sunday, end of Saturday into Sunday, you're going okay. So redirect. Wow. Okay. So Fridays, it's just a lot for Sagittarius. This weekend. So I want to make sure that I get it to you clearly. Okay. So Fridays, you're going to be assessing, addressing, reassessing, then moving on. Saturday morning, you're going to be kind of redirecting and rediverting and not really getting into it, but into Saturday into Sunday, you're going to have excellent communication energy come in. So even though you've been playing the dodgeball game in the morning on Saturday, they're referencing that by the end of the weekend, you're going to be able to tie up any of those communications that got all mixed up and construed and manipulated or not addressed on that Friday, Saturday. Okay. It's going to be easy to get your point across this weekend. That Saturday into Sunday, it's going to be very easy to get your point across. They're referencing that you're going to have, it's such good energy, you're going to have to be careful from being manipulative. You don't want to gaslight people. You don't want to manipulate them. You just want to give them the facts. You want to give them the information and then have them give you an honest opinion in return. Okay. Into Monday, this is just going to increase. So if you have anything in business-wise coming up on Monday that you need to prep for in conversation-wise, I suggest doing it Sunday night because these energies are just going to bleed right into Monday for you. Okay. This is both good and bad for Sagittariuses because you're going to be able to see what's going on Friday and make the fixes by Sunday. The only problem for Sagittarius is this is going to go that fast. Okay. Don't keep an eye on the details. Don't miss any of the P's and the Q's or the dotting of the I's and the crossing of the T's. Okay. For Capricorns, your energies this week have been self-discovery, analytical, emotional, and they're referencing that in regards to today, that's just what's going to continue. However, they're referencing that this needed to happen for Capricorns because come this new moon, you will be reassessing and readdressing all your connections, both emotional, relationship, everything. And this is something that needed to be done for Capricorns because we had a roller coaster ride this year in regards to our emotions. Okay. The relationships that you solidify and finalize this weekend are going to be the type of relationships that sustain you through next year. Okay. So if there's any of those hard conversations or heart-worthy moments that you want to give out or do, I highly recommend it. Okay. You're going to want to go. This whole weekend is going to be strong, inspiring communication type energies. And you can use these to your advantage to basically stimulate your thinking in regards to your future planning. And Capricorns aren't necessarily the best at making future plans because of the fact that you rely so much on the opinions of others. However, they're referencing that the high, strong, unsettling energies of this morning are not going to be the type of insecure energies that you're thinking of. They're actually going to allow you to act on your impulses for once and maybe finally make the changes that you've been needing to make. For Capricorns, you tend to dig your hooves into the ground and bore your antlers and not want to move. However, they're referencing that you're going to have the type of energy where even you're going to let bygones be bygones. You're going to be moving on for better days. You're going to be seeing that there's better things ahead, and you're literally like ready to move with this energy. Let it move because it's going to be crazy, overstimulating type energy this weekend, but it's going to be the type of overstimulating, crazy energy where action, movements, perspectives are all in your corner. Okay. However, you're one of those where Sunday into Monday, you're actually going to want to start self-soothing. The bum rush of changes and emotions and energies that happen this weekend are going to cause you to want to hide by Sunday afternoon. And I do suggest, or Sunday evening, and I do suggest it. If there's a way for you Capricorns, if you work on Mondays to literally hide, I highly recommend it because that's the kind, you're going to want to take some time to kind of, lick your wounds after this weekend, because a lot of these decisions that you're going to have to make for the future are going to hurt you because Capricorns don't like letting go of the past, and you're going to have to start doing so. Aquariuses, you've just had you've just been assessing and reassessing your emotions and your ideas all morning. For those of you that are happy with your life, you probably haven't noticed it that much. You probably thought about it for 5 seconds and went, huh, and then moved on. For those who are not doing so well, it has literally been one of those things where you can't stop thinking about it and you're like, oh my God, why is this driving me crazy? It's that annoying song you can't get out of your head. They're referencing that because of this kind of thinking, you are going to be detached. You are not going to be able to communicate well. Your conversations are going to go off kilter. They're referencing that you're so much in your head that you're not going to be able to kind of acknowledge reality. And this doesn't bode well for Aquariuses who are very social creatures. Okay. This is going to make you feel very off. And not only that, but what you could react the same way to the same person in the same situation, but because of today's energies, that person is going to respond negatively to you, if that makes sense. Okay. Because of this, try to keep from overreacting or overassuming. If you have to repeat yourself 17 times, try not to get mad by the 15th time. Okay. These energies are just working against you when it comes to communication. Don't let them irk you. This is kind of when you're like, don't let the demons that are trying to taunt you win. Okay. Keep a check on yourself. How they are referencing that even into the weekend, you're going to want to instill the 3-day rule. Okay. Don't react. It's better to keep things left unsaid than to overreact. If you're not sure of something, ask, don't assume. Strong energies towards your reputation are going to come into the afternoon on Sunday or Saturday that are going to be negatively affecting that because of the fact that you haven't been good at communication for almost 2 days, or you feel like you have been stumbling over your words or not being able to get your point across. It's going to bring in the insecurities into Saturday evening that are going to cause problems. So be aware of that. Just remember, actions do speak louder than words. Sometimes you don't have to communicate to get your point across. And when it comes from Saturday evening into Sunday, this might actually be your better option if you're finding that no matter what you do, even being aware of it, you can't fix it. Okay. Actions speak louder than words. And sometimes it's better to do things in silence than to say anything at all. Okay. Don't get impatient with yourself. Don't get frustrated with yourself. Don't turn these energies inward. If anything, clean the house, go to a punching bag, go to a water exercise aerobic class. Figure out some way to be able to expel these frustrating energies rather than letting them boil inside of you. Okay. Into Sunday evening, you're going to want to self-distract again. These energies are going to be highly, keep your own energy. On Sunday evening, turn everything kind of inward because your energies are so highly influential to other people. And with the new moon energies and everybody trying to look for the best in things and you coming off the way that you're coming off because the energies aren't working for the best for you, hide yourself away in a large project. Okay. Pisces. I have no idea what that's about. Pisces. You've just been trucking along today. Choo-choo. You're like, my mind is here. My mind is in the middle. Here's my track. And I'm just chugging along. Calm and focused energy, just getting things done. Pisces do very well in this type of Mercury-Mars energy. Pisces usually are very much the get it done type energy. So yeah, you guys are just trucking right along, happy as can be. You're swimming. The stream is swimming, or the stream is flowing with you, and you're flowing with the stream, and you've got no complaints. Be careful of negative energies towards resentment and responsibilities into the afternoon of Saturday. Yeah, because Fridays, you guys are just going to be great. The only time that you guys Pisces have any negative coming in is Saturday afternoon into the evening. They're referencing that even though that comes in, and it's like internal resentment or resentment towards your responsibilities, they're referencing that it's still good energy for learning and communication, renewing yourself and your energies for the start of the weekend. So it's kind of interesting. So for instance, my mom is a Pisces. And this morning, that's literally what's been happening. She's just been trucking right along, getting decorating done, cleaning up the Thanksgiving stuff and putting it away and starting the refresh for Christmas. So she's following right along with what Pisces are doing today. Good energies for social situations and communications going into Sunday. So if you have to do your shopping or anything, I highly recommend to do it Sunday, because you're going to be able to come across and have good communication even in this rush of energy. By the evening on Sunday, they're saying that the energy is going to turn inward. Self-mastery is going to be the name of the game come Sunday evening. And it's just you, Pisces in general, just have a good weekend to clean up loose ends and tidy up all those corners. So that is the weekend forecast for all of us. And we have hit the 2-hour mark. So that is going to be the end of our stream today. I appreciate everybody coming in and saying hi and watching. We don't even have to cover talking points anymore because we're not doing that anymore. Just a quick recap again of what to keep an eye out for. We have Law Tea with Cora and Kibby coming soon on both of our channels. I have the Authortube interview with Cora coming up with her new book, Complicated Stormy Night. We also have some clothing hauls, or not clothing hauls, craft hauls and craft videos that will be coming soon. And for any of you that are interested, I'm going to be putting together a holiday menu using my cookbooks. And I thought of doing a little separate video on how I do that, how I break it down, how I decide, and all that. I still need to check with the master of the house to see if I would be able to actually prep anything for you guys and cook, because it is not my kitchen. I wish it was my kitchen, but it's not my kitchen. And I respect the cook's kitchen. I know better than to mess with somebody's kitchen. Don't mess with my kitchen when I have my own kitchen. So keep an eye out for that. Other than that, I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and then have a wonderful Black Friday weekend. And for those of you shopping, I hope you get some good deals. For the rest of you, keep an eye out for this weekend. Slow down to speed up. Clean up all those loose ends for the new year. And I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.